Okay, we have now completed the medium skin contour base as far as drawing all our vector shaping. And just to have a quick assessment of what we did between clips, as we say, we finished off the rest of the medium skin contours. Let's just turn on the reference layer, turn off the base layer. We can see where we've applied the medium skin contours, and even just to turn off the reference. Okay, so if I literally just press Control Command A to select all, we can see, if we zoom in, we've got a multitude of shapes that are overlapping. If we look at these shapes here, if I just select this shape, for example, we can see that is a multitude of shapes that we built up. What we're going to do in between this clip is look at the contrast in the color of the medium skin contour base from left and right and how it alters. And then we're going to make a gradient to adhere to that. Okay. Now I'm just going to turn off all the illustration layers and just zoom into the line skins here. So we can see on the right is actually lighter, and because remember we're looking at the medium contour base, as we come to the sort of central area, it gets slightly darker, and then over to the right it's darker still. And we're talking about the medium contour base here. If we turn on the medium contour base, we have a look, we just zoom in, we click away, we can see it gets darker from right to left. Okay, so left would be a lot darker. So the first thing I'm going to do is just literally just join up all our shapes. Okay, so ultimately I'm just going to press Command A, and then I'm going to go to open up the Pathfinder tool and just click I'm just going to click the Unite icon, ultimately the first icon on the left hand side. Now if we select it, you can see that's one solid shape. Okay, now I'm just going to minimize the Pathfinder palette, and we're going to look back at our swatches. We've got our medium skin contour base color. Okay, and we're just going to have a look. It's going to have a look at the color and how it alternates. So at the right, it is more or less going to be accurate and the same. And as we get through to the middle, and remember we're not looking at the darker contours, but we're looking at the medium area. We're going to need to pick another color just to symbolize how it transitions into a darker green. Okay, so what we shall do is just turn on our medium skin contour compound color now. So we've got a group. Okay, we've got the group there, and we're just going to turn that off. Now we're going to go select I for eyedropper, and we're going to pick a green. I'm going to pick the new green. So we want it in sort of a middle area around here. Will be good. Okay, so we've got that green there. We should put the G value up 1, so we put that to 140, just to add a bit more brightness to it. We've got these measurements. We're going to drag it to the swatches palette, and we're going to call this, I'm going to call it medium contours middle toggle. We see we got its color values there, R81, G140 and B15. Okay, and now for the darker areas, I'm going to come right over to here, around just here, and we're going to select this one, drag it over to the swatches palette. You see it's darker still. Get the color measurement of R63, G123 and B9, and we're going to call this medium contours left toggle. All right, excellent. Okay, so I imagine you would have guessed it by now. We've always got our medium skin contours base color as a backup, so if we need to go back, but ultimately we're going to turn on the medium contours and we're going to make it to fit. So we're just going to take a sort of a visual reference of where it starts to get darker as far as the middle toggle. So we're going to go right to left. So we're going to start this the skin color base at the left. So we'll turn this on, and now we're going to go to a gradient. So on the right hand side of the gradient, making sure the gradient's linear, we're going to just place the medium skin contours to the right. In the middle, we're going to have the middle toggle, and we're going to have the base color. Okay, so now we're just going to arrange this in a way where obviously we get those colors conveyed accurately. First way to do it, just click away and just click on. I mean, as we're quite accurate, but the gradient's a little straight. And a few technical glitches we can see, whereas a few of the shapes actually have a gradient within themselves. So these shapes haven't been added to the gradient base. I'm just going to tackle that real quick. Now there's two ways of doing this. What we can do is literally just use the medium color, because at that side it is going to be very much that green, therefore it blends in. Okay, and this is what we might have to do for these. Okay, so we're going to go in with the lasso tool with this shape, for example. We're just going to click, be careful not to click onto any other shape, and we say, and what we're going to do is going to go edit, cut, and then we'll go edit, paste into place. Okay, and we're just going to make it the medium contour green. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing with those other shapes. Okay, there's edit, cut, edit, paste in place. Basically just use the eyedropper tool just to do that with any of the shapes that have basically come in with their own gradient. Just to save time, what we'll do is we'll select both of these, making sure that we don't run into any other shape and select any unwanted anchor points. So edit, cut, edit, paste into place. All right, and then again with these shapes as well, we'll just select them all at once. All right, excellent. Edit, cut, edit, paste into place, and then again we're selecting the skin contour base color. And this is a good technique to use just in example if you had a shape where you wanted to put a gradient on it where the color alternates from the mass. Okay, so you can actually use this technique to do so. Okay, so basically what we're going to do is just going to pause the call recording, finish this off, and then come back and continue with the rest of the blending. Okay, so we see now the bulk shed of the shapes with their own gradient we've actually altered just by cutting them and pasting them into place. I'm just going to quickly show you another technique. Instead of using the medium skin contour base, is we can just blend it as well. So again, with the lasso tool, just draw around the shape, not hitting into any other anchor points. Edit, cut, edit, paste into place, and we're literally just going to alter the gradient itself. Okay, to the point where we're just pulling it out and it's very light, and it works in sync with the colors around it. Okay, we can go ahead and do the same technique with these in between lessons. Okay, all right, so just looking at the main blend, like we say, we've got a very accurate blend now. We can see it's getting more realistic. We just want to put a slight tilt on it. So we just have a look at the reference image. We can see that the angle is going slightly to the left. Okay, so what we shall do is we'll just open up our gradient palette, and we want to increase our angle slightly. Okay, so the way I want to put a slight slant on it, literally just put a slight angle on it as so. Okay, so barring what we're going to do in between clips is obviously tidy up these areas where they have separate gradients, so it's more into uniform, using one of the two either flat color option we used. So if you want to use a color that's a little bit further on in the gradient, if you're, say for example, in the middle somewhere, just come up here and just grab that color and pull it over to the swatches palette and use a flat color, or use a blend like we did one of the shades and just pull it out from left to right until it is very similar to what you've got and it blends in. Okay, so basically that concludes this clip, how to blend medium skin contours colors. What we'll go on to do is begin to look at how to administer the dark and darkest contours